Temperatures in the Highlands dipping to -8 overnight. Pitch past an early morning precautionary inspection. And United will be looking to warm the hearts of the United fans who've travelled north. 2 changes to the Inverness side named by Craig Brewster from the side that was defeated at Parkhead last weekend. Ross Tokley begins a 2-game suspension. Jamie Duff comes in for him in defence, while there's a swap of solitary striker. Andy Barrowman, who scored for United in his Ross County days last season, comes in to replace Gary Wood. United also making 2 changes to the team which defeated St Mirren at Love Street last week. Willow Flood suspended. David Robertson comes into a 5-man midfield. Franz Ndaza out with a foot injury. The man replacing him is Craig Conway, as Craig Levine matches up like for like against Craig Brewster. The referee for this one, Brian Winter. That'll be another corner for United. Craig Conway making up good ground down the left. Again, earns United the corner. Again, United crowd round Ryan Essen as Swanson plays it in. Milicevic looked to flick it goalwards. It came off the defender. And behind once more. Towards Kenneth.
Scott,
right across the face of goal.
If anything there, you know, it's just the angle that the ball's came into Gary Kenneth at the front post. He's had to almost flick it backwards rather than towards goal. You know, once again, it's just someone gambling at the back post there, and that's a certain goal.
Here's Grant Munro. Imrie. Just behind Russell Duncan. Goes back to Viggers.
Quite a few players slipping about out there just now, Scott.
Hastings plays that one in. Black couldn't get the touch, but it came through to Barrowman. Tried the effort first time. Kenneth strong in there. Swanson unable to get it under control. Here's Oki though. Here Robertson. And Gomez. Just checked by Andrew Barrowman, Margaro Gomez, and Brian Winter waited to see if there'd be an advantage to play.
Yeah, that's 2 or 3 fouls now though by Barrowman. Suggests he's maybe living on borrowed time for persistence, Scott.
Managed to get his head to it, but cleared easily in the end by Russell Duncan. Here's Daly again though, gets the shot away.
That's a chance. Scott, it's a wonderful chance for John Daly. The ball from Gary Kenneth, simply outstanding. You know, he's won a ball in midfield, got onto it, and straight away he spotted that, and a 40-yard ball or so right into Daly's chest. John, what, 16 yards out, just the goalkeeper to beat. Maybe hurried it a bit and blasted it over the bar.
Here's Conway. A marauding run down the flank takes him beyond Jamie Duff again. Proctor comes across and he was beaten too. I don't think there'd be any surprise to see the first yellow card of the game go to David Proctor for that challenge.
Scott, see when Craig Conway plays as positively as he has for the first 28 minutes today, you know, when he gets that ball and just runs at defenders, he's so difficult to stop. You know, there's 2 players before Proctor not got near him there, and Proctor, you know, if he wasn't getting the ball, he was making sure he got Craig Conway, and quite rightly the first caution.
Straight to Grant Munro, who can clear. And United get it down. Gomez. It's a slack one. Allows Dundee to pick up. Almost atones for his error though.
Yeah, plays a lovely 1-2 he still there, Scott.
Now Swanson. Conway there with him. Proctor comes across and back off Craig Conway, out for the goal kick. As those in the corporate seats take their places. Right in shot.
Prawn Sandwich Brigade, Scott.
There's Conway. He's beyond Russell Duncan. Checks back. Cross goes in. David Robertson was making the run. Gomez. Johnson back to Morgara Gomez. Again, bodies crowding round him this time. Dougie Imrie tripped him. Swanson. Well played in. Daly gets his head to it.
Superb, absolutely brilliant, Scott. What a ball from Danny Swanson, and John Daly will put him home all day.
He's making a habit of those, John Daly. The short free kick taken. Swanson with the in-swinging cross, and John Daly glances his header perfectly into the near post area beyond Ryan Essen. 6th minute of the second half, and John Daly scores again. It's Inverness 0, United 1.
Brilliant stuff. Come on, United.
Inverness will make the first change, and it's a second striker on the pitch for them. Young Adam Rooney, signed in the summer from Stoke, comes on to replace Dougie Imrie. And here is Rooney, straight into the action. Dixon it was with a block.
That's lovely play by Gomez here, Scott. He's got the ball just outside his area, surrounded by Inverness players, you know, and he just cool, calm, composed. And here we'll have it, Daly being able to put in Craig Conway there.
And Jamie Duff clearing the danger. Dixon not really utilised the long throw this afternoon, and again it's short to Danny Swanson. Now drives to the byline, gets the ball in. Daly was lurking again.
Well, it was a chance, Scott, and John Daly, I think, knows it.
Back with Scott Robertson. Drops into the area. Daly looking to nod it down. It comes back to Conway.
Pick it out, pick it out. Superb.
Craig Conway scores for United. His 3rd of the season. And the man who caught Craig Brewster's eye when he was playing against Inverness for Ayr United. That's what led him to Tannadice, and he's punished Brewster this afternoon. 19 minutes into the second half, it's Inverness 0, United 2.
Scott, so much good about that goal. You know, from Paul Dixon starting to move off on the left, a great ball in. Daly's got there before defender, the ball's went out wide, it's been chased by Lee Wilkie, I think it was, who played it back to Scott Robertson. Lovely ball put in, dinked ball over the top. John Daly knocks it back. Craig Conway, composed, turns the defender and blasts an unstoppable shot past the goalkeeper. Excellent.
And that should be enough of a platform for United to secure consecutive away wins. If they defend the way that Levine will be wanting them to do, and the way they've already shown this season that they can. Vigor's frustration shining through there.
Yeah, Scott, you're always wary of, you know, counting your chickens before they hatch, but what's going through my mind at the moment is that any time, you know, any sort of questions have been raised this year of, you know, Craig Levine, Dundee United, they seem to go out the following couple of weeks, and you know, after a great run, people were saying, yeah, they don't win away from home very much. You can't do any better than 2 wins out of 2.
Swanson's free kick. Russell Duncan cleared it. Now Cowie. Hastings falling forward. Gary Kenneth in front of him though. He's kept pace. The Inverness fullback. United support in full voice now. Ian Black. Hopefully then Rooney was offside, but Zalushka got there first in any case.
Inverness at the moment, Scott, look like a team who are looking for a spark rather than trying to create it themselves.
Pushed everyone forward. Furthest outfield man back for them was Russell Duncan, who played that in. Off the head of Paul Dixon, behind for the corner. John Daly heads away. Swanson. Conway returns it to Swanson. Conway's continued his run. There may be a chance here for Craig Conway second. And still Conway!
Oh, unlucky. Corner kick.
Oh, he tried the cute little dink over Ryan Essen the first time. Got a second bite at the cherry from a very acute angle. And there was a touch on the shot on the way through. Don't know whether it was net bound had it not been for the deflection. But certainly good combination between Swanson and Craig Conway.
Yeah, Scott, that was a big factor there from a corner to Inverness, albeit they're throwing plenty of men forward. Headed out, and when you see it's Danny Swanson, Craig Conway, you immediately get excited.
That drops down, it's headed in!
Superb, happy days.
David Robertson claims his first of the season. And for not the tallest of men, he does score quite a large number of headers. Confusion in the Inverness defence. Ball dropping down into the 6-yard box, and the final touch applied by David Robertson.
Scott, just so easy, wasn't it? It's a dangerous corner kick into the 6-yard area. John Daly goes for it, doesn't quite make it, and it goes past the 3-4 Inverness defenders. David Robertson just slots into the net, and the United supporters in the crowd are loving it just now.
United won 3-0 in their first visit to the Caledonian Stadium last season. And maybe another moment out of the 3 away games of United's that Brian Winter refereed last season. The one victory was at Fir Park against Gretna by 3-0 as well. The omens continue to come. United's match reporter this afternoon was also on duty at Caledonian Stadium last season in the 3-0. All it needs now is for a fourth to go in and blow all that. It's in towards Rooney. And that's one back.
Scott, it's a wonderful finish, but Paul Dixon is bawling and shouting at the assistant on the stand side here. He's convinced Adam Rooney was offside.
The assistant was convinced otherwise. Straight away, he moved towards the centre line, shaking his head as Dixon was disputing the decision. Daly again wins it. It's up with Conway. Robertson. Dixon. Advantage played after Dixon was felled by Viggers.
Not the greatest advantage in the world there, Scott, I have to say.
It's the second time Viggers has gone in late as well. Dixon finds Conway with a throw. Well, free kick awarded by Brian Winter. It'd be interesting to see that one again, because as Conway fell, he fell away from goal and his feet were still in the penalty area when he landed. Your thoughts, Joe?
The referees gave us a free kick there just about a yard outside the area, Scott. Great play again by Craig Conway, and I think it was there was a block on him by the Inverness player, but I think it was one that, after the bollocking that Winters had got there from the manager and the players for that advantage, he thought quite rightly to give us a free kick and a great opportunity.
One of those that, had he thought it was inside the box, do you still think he'd have given it?
He's seen a foul there, Scott.
It must be cold with your head shaking like that. Swanson with the free kick, deflected. Loops over the crossbar. Dixon hoists it back up into the air. Black gets his head to it. Comes down to Scott Robertson. Touched back to him by Daly. Robertson with two Inverness players around him. Kovacevic trying to get the ball in the box. Tracking back to get a touch there as well, though. Delivered into Daly. Touch back for Conway. Jamie Duff. Well, if he hadn't taken Conway, I think he was pained to come back in, Jamie Duff.
Yeah, I mean, right from John Daly, he had no right to not only win that ball, Scott, but the awareness to knock it back to the edge of the area. Craig Conway, a wonderful piece of skill to scoop the ball over Duff's head. And Duff's just turned his back and swung his trailing leg at Craig Conway there.
I'm amazed that it has now. Ryan Winter eventually calls over Jamie Duff to take his name.
I think, Scott, on the occasions when you see a player staying down for as long as Craig Conway was, the referee quite rightly making sure that the physio's on first to have a look at him before he takes action against the player.
I don't think there'll be anyone taking this away from the foot of Danny Swanson. One a few minutes ago that was deflected just over. Be more difficult to get it up and down from here. So it's the guile and the craft trying to curl it into the top corner.
Yeah, you suggested it, Scott, and it's, you're bang on there. The free kick, 6 inches from the 18-yard line, almost impossible to get that up and over.
And we talked about the stronger United squad this season, Joe, and the changes, enforced changes that Craig Levein had to make this afternoon. That both players, Craig Conway and David Robertson, scored goals, forcing themselves back into the manager's plans to retain their places.
Yeah, you're right, Scott. The managers never want to shirk making decisions, but they've asked the question there, and it'll be interesting to see, if they've done enough. Certainly both players could be proud of their performance today, as can the rest of the players on the park. It's been a very competent United performance today, from front to back.
Got done by Rooney. Kovacevic gets in the way. Kenneth! Oh, what a bizarre incident there. Gary Kenneth looking to nod it back to his goalkeeper. Zalushka had begun to come. Kenneth header looping above the goalkeeper, back off the post, and break the ball then going the way of United's keeper. A little bit of interest to keep the fans entertained late on.
Yeah, you were saying, Scott, that you didn't think the Inverness fans believed they could put 2 goals in 2 minutes.
Final whistle goes. Ryan Winter seen enough, brings proceedings to a halt, and it's consecutive away wins for United. Now only one defeat in the last 14 games. All the goals coming in the second half this afternoon. John Daly opened the scoring 6 minutes into the second half. Conway's free kick played short to Danny Swanson. His cross headed in by Daly at the near post. United doubled their advantage after 64 minutes. Scott Robertson's cross, one in there by Daly. Conway was there to volley home. Third goal coming 7 minutes after that. Swanson's corner. Daly went up and it dropped through to the back post where David Robertson headed home. Inverness hit back. Got some hope with Adam Rooney. Good finish from close range. The Craig Brewster side unable to find a way back into the game from there. The final score at the Tulla Caledonian Stadium on a freezing December afternoon. Inverness Caledonian Thistle 1, Dundee United 3. Happy New Year to all Arab Zone subscribers. The first 2009 league game sees United at Parkhead to face Celtic. Aidan McGeary's back in contention after a club suspension for this one, but he doesn't even make the bench for Celtic. Andreas Hinkle not quite recovered from a rib injury either, and Sean Maloney still out with a hamstring injury. Two changes to the Celtic side to beat Rangers last weekend then. Mark Wilson continuing at right back in place of Hinkle, and Shunsuke Nakamura comes back in after a virus to replace Koki Mizuno. For United, Lee Wilkie and Scott Robertson have both recovered from knocks sustained against Falkirk. They take their place in the starting lineup. Warren Feeney also recovered from a knock, but he's only able to take a place amongst the substitutes this afternoon, with United reverting back to a 4-5-1 formation. Danny Swanson comes in to play in behind lone striker John Daly. The referee for the encounter at Celtic Park, Steve Conroy. Kenneth tried to nick it away from McDonald. Space opens up for Brown. Snatched at the shot. Had the opportunity to take another touch there, Scott Brown. Gary Kenneth was dragged out, trying to nick the ball away from Scott McDonald. Almost opened up the opportunity for Celtic.
Yeah, you've got to give Celtic credit there, Scott. It was decent play. Scott McDonald, first time touch, as you say, taking Gary Kenneth out the game. Scott Brown definitely feel he should have done better there.
Brown touch through for Nakamura. Threads that one through, looking for Samaras. Derives the little dink over Zalushka. Inches away from a terrific opening goal, Georgia Samaras, Celtic's top scorer this season, with 12 in all competitions. And almost in the 9th minute, opening the scoring this afternoon.
It's another one, Scott, that's came that gap between the Celtic midfield and the Celtic forwards. You know, United have to watch that. This time it's Nakamura in there. He's played a lovely through ball and inches away. Another warning for United.
Naylor up to McDonald. Iwoki will leave that one for Sean Dillon. Dillon keeping his place in the side this afternoon. So often we've seen Michal Kovacevic, Joe, playing the games against Rangers and Celtic. Often the extra height, and he's a little bit more defensive than Sean Dillon. This afternoon Dillon keeps his place.
Yeah, I think not only is it a testament to how well Sean played last week, Scott, I think it's more maybe also, you know, a sign of the manager's intent to come here and try and take something today.
Naylor playing that one forward, looking for Brown, who's won it, now pulls it back for Samaras. And the tenacity of Scott Brown provides the opening for Georgios Samaras to open the scoring. 12 minutes on the clock. The Celtic's top scorer with his 13th of the season. He missed a chance a few minutes ago. This time no mistake. Fired low past Zalushka. United one down.
Scott, I'm looking over the park there and I see Lee Wilkie standing, looking up to the skies. You know, Lee doesn't need anyone to tell him he's made a mistake there. He should either made the option to put the ball at the park there or played it back to the keeper. He got caught in no man's land. Good work from McDonald and an emphatic finish by Samaras. Probably not the start we were looking for.
Robertson spotted the run of Lee Wilkie. Gomez works it out to Flood. Scott Robertson making a run into the area, trying to support John Daly. Goes wide to Dillon. Now the cross comes in. Swanson. Robertson with the touch to Wilkie. Now he gets it back. Scott Robertson! United appeal for the corner. Goal kick awarded by Steve Conroy. Scott Robertson not far away from levelling things up.
That's a wonderful chance, Scott. Some great play between Danny Swanson, Lee Wilkie, Scott Robertson in the box. It certainly looked as if there was some kind of deflection or a bobble just as it went past Celtic goalkeeper. However, if Scott's put that past the post, that's a chance missed.
Touch from Samaras. McDonald. Now goes wide for Shinsuke Nakamura. Comes back in. Gets the shot away, but in the end it was comfortable for Zalushka. Just hesitated, Nakamura. Chance had opened up for him. He's done so much damage to United in the last couple of seasons. And this time, Zalushka will have been glad to see the shot. Not quite straight at him, but certainly at a comfortable pace and a comfortable distance for him to collect.
Yeah, it's once again, it's down that right-hand side. Paul Dixon.
They're Daly looking for Swanson. Well, Steve McManus and Lee Naylor both came charging in, one either side. Steve Conroy obviously felt that the first man to make contact with Swanson had actually won the ball first. It looked as if Swanson may have been sandwiched out of that one. And that breaks for Scott Brown, testing the pace of Gary Kenneth here. Takes it back for Robson. Brown again, Robson. Chance for Barry Robson. Deflected by Lee Walkie. Barry Robson close to scoring against his former club. And a spell out injured himself, Barry Robson. Came back last weekend against Rangers. Naylor's throw. McDonald was crowded out. Flood finds Dixon. Down the line looking for Conway. Nakamura slipped, that allowed Dixon to get back onto it. Driving run from Paul Dixon here. Fancied letting fly. Blocked by Gary Caldwell in the end. I said a couple of minutes ago that Craigledean had to go at the central defenders for allowing McDonald to come short and collect unchallenged. Lee Wilkie making sure that didn't happen again.
Yeah, on that occasion there, Lee Wilkie, as you say, making sure that Scott McDonald wasn't taking that ball into his chest. Also, I think possibly escaped the booking by going and lamenting Sean Dillon and Paul Dixon.
Touched on by Samaras. Kenneth under the bouncing ball. Looked as if he'd been shoved off it by McDonald. The referee content to let play carry on. And Craig Conway comes away with it. Infield towards Scott Robertson. Good pace got there in front of Caddis. Now the cross aimed towards Daly. It comes to nothing, but good position taken up from John Daly and a good ball to find him. Here's Swanson. This time it's forward looking for Flood. Good defending from Lee Naylor. Flood had taken that into his stride very well. Wilkie again trying to get the challenge in on McDonald straight away. Conway challenged by Barry Robson. Final touch came off a United player, says the referee.
Yeah, he's got that side of it bang on, Scott, but the only reason it's came off Craig Conway is because Georgie Samaras has brought Craig Conway down.
Here is Samaras, unable to control that one before Flood nicked it away from him. McDonald challenging with Dillon. Sean Dillon pleading his case that there's not a lot you can do if McDonald stands there and backs into him.
Yeah, it's a big part of his arsenal, literally, Scott, isn't it? He uses his behind to a great deal of effect.
Nakamura stands over the free kick. Plenty to aim for in the middle. And it's towards Samaras. Celtic double the advantage, and Georgios Samaras doubles his tally for the afternoon. 14 for the season now. He's had some criticism in the last couple of months. Indeed, Celtic fans were getting on his back just a short time ago for delaying an attack when he could have set McDonald away. No questioning the finishing ability when he's in that kind of form. Samaras celebrates, and United with the uphill battle now. That'll be a bitter blow for United, who'd shown so much more in the opening 10 minutes of the second half. Push Celtic back. We've seen a lot of the ball. The free kick that was won by Scott McDonald. Nakamura's delivery. Samaras finished it off. There's Morgara Gomez nicking in. Steve McManus came thundering through with a challenge that'll earn him the first caution of the afternoon.
Maybe I'll be Scott that second goal will see United, get slightly more carefree, slightly more ambitious, and that's maybe just what they need here to get back into the game.
Well, Warren Feeney was in the technical area getting instruction from the coaching team as Nakamura prepared to put the free kick in that led to the second goal. He's now got the training gear off. We may see another striker introduced shortly. In the meantime, United with a free kick opportunity. Dixon and Conway both dangerous from this kind of situation. It's Dixon who plays it in. Terrific free kick from Paul Dixon.
Wonderful, wonderful free kick from Paul Dixon. Ah, superb.
He's been so impressive since coming into the side, and he's notched his first for the club, the former Dundee player. 22 years of age. His third senior goal, his first in the Tangerine shirt, and United straight back into it.
Scott, as he's standing over that free kick there, I'm thinking to myself, either that Celtic wall isn't 10 yards away, or there are a hell of a big lot of big-sized players in that wall. But Paul Dixon's put that up over the wall and under the bar. Fantastic finish, and great to see him celebrating towards United support as well.
United make the change before the restart. Warren Feeney on to replace Danny Swanson.
As you say, Scott, the door has opened again for United here. They're only the one goal behind again. It's vital now that we keep them out of that end. Warren Feeney on, Messi, more direct route from United, more attacking play. A good half an hour, or just under half an hour to go. Plenty of opportunity.
Caldwell with a free kick for Celtic towards Barry Robson, who won it in the air between two United players. McDonald hooks it back towards goal. There's a clearance off the line. Dixon and Dillon, both fullbacks there. Don't know who got the touch. A good cover. Zalushka had struggled for McDonald's cross. Bailed out by his defence.
Yeah, it's good work initially from Barry Robson. Good strength to win a flick on. Scott McDonald again proving what a thorn in the side he could be. And he's put that ball across. Zalushka gets nowhere near it. And but for the fortune of having the two fullbacks on the line, it would have been 3-1.
Dixon now finds Conway. Scott Brown. Robson sidesteps John Daly, goes back to his old goalkeeper, but Warren Feeney's read it, and Warren Feeney's in! And moments after a goal line clearance at one end, there's the Celtic captain, Stephen McManus, who keeps his side ahead from a goal line clearance at the other.
Warren Feeney's done almost everything right, Scott. You know, he's read the pass, but he's got there, went round the keeper. He's hit a shot that's went on target. Unfortunately, he could have probably put a bit more into that shot, but you know, it was still going in, and you have to give credit to the Celtic defender for getting back and clearing it.
United just grow in belief now. Conway plays that one in. Scott McDonald again showing all his professionalism. There was only one player moving towards the ball. It was Willo Flood. He just ran into the back of the Celtic striker, who earned the free kick.
Scott, if referees continue to pander to him, you know, he's unplayable, because what he does do is he puts his behind into the players, which, you know, you could argue is fouling. If a player tries to react to that, he goes down as if he's been hit by a heavyweight's left hook.
Dillon looking to get the ball in early towards Feeney. McManus cut it out. And just another slack ball played. Brown given no chance that time. He's rolled by United again.
We've got a bit of a game on their hands now, Scott, haven't we?
Well, certainly set up nicely for the final quarter of the game. Flood plays that one in. Daly knocks down. Caldwell had to get his head there, otherwise it would have dropped for Warren Feeney. There's Caldwell again, heads away. Kenneth plays that forward. Dixon again getting the ball in early towards Daly. Comes back to Craig Conway. Flood drives it across. Daly appeals for a corner from United. The officials don't agree. Out for a goal kick.
Scott, what is important at the moment is that United keep this going, because Celtic are clearly rattled defensively. They're all over the place at the moment, and United are getting so many opportunities to get the ball into that area.
Here's Conway. Flood through to Feeney. And back with Morgaro Gomez. Feeney gets it wide to Conway. Dillon. Cut out by Scott Brown. One thing that United will know is just how dangerous Celtic can be on the counter-attack. Cool heads and focused minds required at the back. Now Conway coming forward. Naylor manages to get in front of him, turn it out for the corner.
Yeah, it's a great ball over the top there for Craig Conway to run onto. We know Craig's quick, but obviously Lee Naylor, a quick defender, because he got back very well there and covered. But another chance for United from another corner.
Conway plays it in towards Gary Kenneth. A spot of shoving spotted by Steve Conroy. Kenneth looking for Conway again. Caddis he's down for Nakamura. Now Brown. A reverse ball through. Hit the wrong side of Paul Hartley. That meant the midfield emptied a bit for Celtic. Willo Flood making advantage of that extra room in the middle. Gets the cross in. Lawrence read it. It's not to get anywhere near the head of Warren Feeney.
Yeah, it's wonderful play again though from United. Lee Wilkie picking out Willo Flood in midfield. Willo driving into the box, you know, and just for a minute it looked as if Warren Feeney was going to be on the end of that, but good alert goalkeeping from Boric.
Celtic get another free kick.
It's so
forward position.
So frustrating, Scott. You know, they're such a physical team themselves, yet the minute an arm gets tugged at, you know, or an arm goes across the body, they just go down like they've been poleaxed.
Similar situation, but the opposite side to free kick that led to Celtic's second goal. Nakamura will again take this one. Paul Dixon gets his head to that. Hartley then challenged and lowering his head, took a blow to the face. Quite rightly the referee awarding no free kick that time. And then Steve Conroy corrected by his assistant on this near side.
I think Willow Flood's reaction there has won United that throw in, Scott.
Certainly Gordon Strachan wasn't too happy with the decision going United's way. Daly knocks that down to Feeney!
Get in there!
United level! Warren Feeney scores against Celtic, as he did against Rangers a matter of weeks ago. Was so unlucky not to get one earlier when McManus cleared off the line. But on the stretch he did enough to get there in front of the defender. Get the ball beyond Artur Boruc. And with 30 minutes left, it's Celtic 2, United 2.
Scott, we have to remember that that's came from a throw-in that probably shouldn't have been United, and quite simply that just makes that goal all the better. Wonderful work from Daly to go up there and flick it on. Feeney quickly in and just puts it past Boruc for a great goal.
Sean Dillon there in front of McDonald, who followed through with the challenge. Trying to keep possession though. Conway now finds Flood. Kenneth. Cross too close to Boruc. Now United at the moment have been left 2 against 2 at the back. Ngara Gomez had to be strong. It was just that against Mizuno.
Scott, you have to praise United's bottle and determination here. You've got that last chance here, 4 minutes to go, and we've got Lee Wilkie up with the centre forwards, Gary Kenneth putting the ball in, and as you say, all of a sudden we're left 2 and 2 at the back. One thing's for sure, we're certainly trying to win this game here.
There's Naylor. Robson comes back to Lee Naylor. Poor ball forward. Kenneth steps in, but he's given it away. Very good at Hesselink. And bounces back off Lee Naylor. Behind for the goal kick. Flood did brilliantly.
Go on, son.
3 against 4. Daly's onside. Angles it across. Feeney! Almost a chance there.
Scott, the game at the moment has been played like a cup final with both teams going out to try and win it. I thought John Daly was slightly offside there. Willow Flood played him in. Wonderful ball across, and Warren Feeney just out the way. The defender clears it.
Is there one final chance? Gary Kenneth to launch the long throw in. Wilkie controls. Back with Flood. Now Kenneth again. Faced by Barry Robson, who this time gets the better of United centre half. Good control from Paul Dixon. Trying to get some angle. There's Conway. Throw in on the left this time. I'm sure it'll be the same. Down the line for Conway. He's penalised for a little pull back on Mizuno. Now into the final few seconds. Boruc launches it forward. Kenneth wins the battle with McDonald this time. Dillon clears, and that's the final action. A fantastic second half performance from United at Celtic Park. Sees them extend their run to 1 defeat in the last 18 games. Lost only 1 of their last 7 away games. And that was from coming 2-0 down. Trailing to first half goal from Georgios Samaras. Another header from Samaras 12 minutes into the second half. One back from Paul Dixon. Terrific free kick on the hour. And then 12 minutes from time, John Daly's knocked down. Warren Feeney on the stretch diverted the ball beyond Artur Boruc to give United a valuable point. The final score at Celtic Park: Celtic 2, United 2. United and St Mirren both lost last weekend. United 4-0 at home to Motherwell. St Mirren 2-0 at Easter Road against Hibs. Craig Levine prepared to give those players another chance, just a blip last weekend hopefully. The only change to the United side, Scott Robertson, who will be out for a few months and possibly the rest of the season with a groin injury. Prince Boabin, fresh from signing his new contract extension during the week, comes in to replace Robertson. Gus McPherson was happy enough with the St Mirren performance at Easter Road last weekend, and that shows in the St Mirren lineup only one change, with Billy Mehmet coming in up front to replace Dennis Wyness. The referee for the encounter at Tannadice, Stevie O'Reilly. Now Miranda for St Mirren. Dargo, Dorman, it's off the post. Zalushka was beaten. Mehmet can't make anything of the rebound, but United so close to going behind after only 2 minutes. Andy Dorman given the time to get the shot away. Luckily for United, it comes back off the woodwork.
Yeah, 2 minutes into the game, you know, United straight from kick-off go up, have a half chance. Ball then comes down the other end. St Mirren have a half chance. Then it breaks again there to Dorman. Well struck shot from 20 yards. Probably lucky not to be behind.
Dargo. And again plays it in. Mehmet. Off the woodwork again. Dargo. Block from Gary Kenneth, and Dixon can clear. United once again live to tell the tale. This time Billy Mehmet should have done far better in all honesty, but it came back off the woodwork, and United still with the score at 0-0.
Yeah, it's a bad miss there by Mehmet. You know, once again, it looks all too easy how we're getting carved apart there. You know, and as you said, Mehmet should have done better. Thankfully, we've survived.
And again, finds Dargo. He gets the return ball to Stephen McGinn. Good work from Dillon. Boabin shows good strength to hold off Murray.
Excellent play there by Prince Boabin.
Daly again linking up well. Here's Feeney. Cross comes through to Conway. Is there to be a chance here for United? It's snuffed out again.
That's good football from United there, right from, you know, almost at their own corner flag. Good play by Sean Dillon. Prince Boabin, good run by Feeney up the right.
Conway. Break the ball goes his way this time. It comes through to John Daly.
Oh, it's just the type of chance John Daly would have been screaming out for today. You know, we see it there as the ball comes in, it's landed perfectly at his feet, 6 yards, 7 yards out. He's leaning back, you know, but he should be hitting the target from there.
Scored both goals at Love Street, and United's 2-0 win there, and the last time the sides met. Couldn't direct the effort on target this time, John Daly. Ross down the line for Dargo. Here's Jack Ross once more. Drives it in! It took everyone by surprise. Everyone was looking for the cross. Instead, Jack Ross went for goal. Drove it into the far post, and with 16.5 minutes gone, United fall behind. It's United 0, St Mirren 1.
Scott, I'm not as convinced as you that it's actually a shot he's went with there. I think he's looking to me, he's just tried to drive the ball across the area. You know, it seems to have came off his foot, outside his foot, and it's flew into the corner of the United net.
Dillon, and it's telegraphed by Gary Brady. Mehmet. Once again, Billy Mehmet unable to find the target when perhaps he should have done so.
Yeah, it's another chance, and again it's came from, you know, it looks like whether it's a lot of confidence or indecision in the defence here. This time Sean Dillon, not many options, tries to play it across the left hand side. The St Mirren players read it very early, and that's another good chance.
Brady, good touch to keep that in play. Gets it into Dargo, who lays off. Mehmet missed it, comes through to Murray.
You know, that one's came about there. There's maybe two opportunities there, but there's almost 50-50 balls, and St Mirren have been that wee bit sharper than United to get to them, and it's created a half chance. Thankfully Murray plays it well over the bar.
Comes through to Feeney. Back to goal. Tried the effort on the turn. Deflected behind for corner to United. Inside the final 3 minutes of the first half. Still time to regain parity before the half-time whistle. St Mirren have looked uncertain from a couple of balls into the box. Dixon with the in-swinger. Wilkie in front of Howard. Knocked away by Potter. Gomez chips it in. Wilkie. There's Kenneth. Dixon chips it in. Howard under pressure from Wilkie. Gathers it underneath the crossbar.
Yeah, it's just not breaking for us at the moment there. It's congested inside that penalty area, you know, but in the midst of that, there's a lovely little flick there from Lee Wilkie with his chest. Laying off to Gary Kenneth. Unfortunately, the shot blocked though.
There's an ongoing discussion in the first half between Gary Kenneth and the referee. Kenneth at times saying that he was being fouled by Dargo when they were challenging. This time Dargo adjudged to have obstructed United's defender. Here's Daly. Buabin into a forest of legs.
John Daly managed to block the two defenders and then block the shot from Buabin.
Conway. Feeney into the channel. And gets the cross in towards Daly.
Oh, the St Mirren keepers very calmly watched that go past, but it's only from John Daly's head, it's only dropped half a yard to the left-hand side post.
Could have been the perfect start to the second half for United. John Daly, 1 goal away from double figures for the season. Dillon doing well to nick it away from McGinn. Fair to say Lee Wilkie's been the target of a few calls from the St Mirren fans. I think he relished the chance to make the clearance there.
Making sure, you always have to make sure that the ball goes out the park when you're clearing it as a centre half.
Daly holding it up. Swung in by Dillon. Conway got the shot away on the turn, deflected behind for the corner.
In the first half, the crowd atmosphere was maybe slightly lacking, but fair play to the crowd in this first 5 minutes of the second half. They've got right behind the team, willing them on.
Once again, Wilkie stations himself right next to Mark Howard. Dixon swings it in, flicked on by Dillon. Kenneth touches it on as well, but Brady able to stab that away. Paul Dixon making a beeline across, shouting for Conway to leave it. He fancies a long throw into the box. Try and apply some more pressure on the St Mirren goal. And towards Wilkie. Hooked away by Dorman. Back into the mix by Sean Dillon. Wilkie's there again. Kenneth lays it off. Conway!
Oh, it's a great chance for Craig Conway there. Brilliant play from Gary Kenneth to lay that off, and from just inside the area, bang in the middle of the goal. You know, he's probably got to be looking at hitting the target there.
Scored the second in the 2-0 win here at Tannadice in the first meeting of the sides this season. That might run through for Feeney. Jack Ross slides in to touch it behind for the corner.
Good strength by Feeney there to, he didn't have any right to win that ball really, and he's got his body in there and made the St Mirren defender put out for a corner to United.
United still looking to get back on level terms. Conway with the corner, this time to the back post. Cleared from inside his own 6-yard area by Scott Cuthbert, I think it was.
It seemed there that there was just that many men going for the ball at the back post. There was no one in the 6-yard area to turn in the pullback.
United going to make the first change. John Daly, who's won a lot in there this afternoon, not managed to quite link up with a teammate to get the chance for creating something. He's replaced by Francisco Sandaza. Conway. Cuthbert will try and keep it in, but fails to do so. United with the corner. Pressure beginning to build on the St Mirren goal. Conway takes it. Kenneth wasn't far away from getting the header in. Turned into the middle by Gomez. Again, it's just evades Gary Kenneth. This time Kenneth will get there.
The flick back from Kenneth, you know, it really had to be played back across goal rather than down the channel there. Unfortunate.
Comes through to Gomez. Flood. Space for Dillon out in the right here. There's it back to Willow Flood. Stand behind by Hugh Murray. United fans rise again in the Eddie Thompson stand.
Yeah, we've had a series of corners, and I think the fans in the Eddie Thompson stand, you know, if they could, they'd be down there trying to header it into the net, Scott.
United will crowd the 6-yard box with the bodies that are there. Looking for the flick on the near post, but it's headed away. And Dillon gives it back to Dixon. Back onto his left foot. Blocked by Jack Ross. Gomez. Ball just skipped up in front to Sean Dillon. Dixon with the ball into the box early. Howard came, he didn't get there, but he was fouled by Lee Wilkie in the opinion of Stevie O'Reilly.
I think what's helped the referee, you know, convince the referee there is, you know, the fact that as that ball's coming in, there doesn't look as though there's going to be a challenge. There's a clear view for the keeper to come out, and as he comes out, Wilkie comes across his path. I have to say, I feel it's a harsh caution.
Certainly is a harsh caution for Lee Wilkie. 5th yellow card that he's seen this season. Sandaza lays off. Conway couldn't latch onto it. Here's Flood though. Sandaza gets away from the defender, plays it in, and Miranda stabs it away.
It's a lovely piece of skill there by Fran Sandaza.
United fans again respond. Dixon with a long throw. Flicked on by Wilkie. Mehmet gets it clear. Once again, Mehmet penalised for the foul. Lee Wilkie again asked the question of Steve O'Reilly.
You know, I would be wary of the way Lee Wilkie is questioning every decision at the moment. You know, as wanted as his case is, I think someone should be telling him just to get on with the game.
Conway with the free kick. Wilkie's definitely dragged down this time, and United get the penalty. Franco Miranda has been entrusted with marking Lee Wilkie all afternoon. He sees the yellow card. I have to say, I found it a very strange decision of all the St Mirren players to be marking United's tallest man at set pieces. It's the Argentinian fullback. He struggled a few occasions, and this time decided to pull down United's captain. And Warren Feeney will step up to take the penalty. This to get United back on level terms. Feeney scores!
That one out, never in doubt.
United back on level terms, little over 18 minutes left. And Warren Feeney is going to pick up a yellow card for something in the celebration, presumably.
You know, the referee has to watch what he's doing here. There's been a flurry of cards in the last few minutes. You know, before he knows it, he's going to lose control of this match. But more importantly, 18 minutes or so to go. Come on United, let's get a second goal.
Warren Feeney scores his 4th of the season, 75th league goal of his career, career goal in his 249th league game of his career. United, can they push on for victory? Dargo goes down and it's a penalty. No sooner United back on level terms than Wilkie slid in as Dargo looked to be running out of space, and the officials decide it's a penalty again. Billy Mehmet to restore St Mirren's lead. No mistake from the spot from Mehmet. First goal since October puts St Mirren back in front. Swanson's corner. See the idea there, but unfortunately Andy Dorman was alive to it as well. Flood picks up. 10 minutes to go. United pushing for a second equaliser. Wilkie wins it. Kenneth, it's blocked. And then Swanson had time to take a touch and steady himself, Danny Swanson.
You know, from Lee, the goalkeeper, I don't know what the goalkeeper's doing trying to come out for that. It's a great header from Lee Wilkie. Gary Kenneth does everything right. He connects with it, you know, it's on target. Hits the defender and drops to Swanson. You know, the ball's bouncing, but 12 yards out. Maybe 2 players on the line, you know, he's got to be at least hitting the target. That's a mega chance.
Kenneth's throw. Wilkie trying to touch it on, it's cleared by Dorman. Boabin, layoff finds David Robertson, back to Prince Boabin who shoots for goal. Howard struggled, and it's brought in!
Get in there!
Prince Boabin equalises for United. Mark Howard has to take some responsibility there, but United don't care. The ball half stopped by the goalkeeper, but looped into the back of the net.
Oh, how long did that ball take to drop into the net?
Dixon gets his head to that one. Robin clears. David Robertson finds Swanson. Powerful run from Danny Swanson. Leo finds Sandaza who switches it across.
Yes!
What a goal! United turn it around!
Come on, superb!
What a turnaround in the space of a couple of minutes!
Oh, that was superb there. That's all about, you know, right from defence here. David Robertson taking a hard ball down on his chest, giving it to Danny Swanson who just bombs right down the park. A great ball, Sandaza, you know, the ball across, and Warren Feeney's got no right to get on the end of that, but he does, and it's 3-2.
Miranda gets his head to it. Dillon, good close control. Gets the ball across, be picked up by Swanson. Shapes it towards the far corner. Great save from Howard. Save. Feeney drives it back in.
Oh, what an effort from Danny Swanson. You know, it's the only thing on his mind from the moment he picks that ball up there, but he creates enough space, and that one's probably going right in the corner net, and it's a decent save from the keeper.
All eyes now on Stevie O'Reilly. We've played the 3 minutes of added on time. Shouts from St Mirren fans, more than in hope than expectation, I think, though. And whistle to mouth. And there goes the final whistle. A remarkable turnaround late on for United. They trailed at half time through a goal in the first half from Jack Ross. Parity restored in the second half when Lee Wilkie was fouled, allowing Warren Feeney to convert the penalty. But United were only level for a matter of seconds before Wilkie fouled Craig Dargo for Billy Mehmet to net from the spot for St Mirren. It looked like it was going to be a frustrating weekend for the second in a row for United, but then up stopped Prince Mohammed with a long range effort that was too good and too much power from Mark Howard. He got a hand to it, and the ball dropped into the net. And then a great move, driving run forward from Swanson. Sandaza drove it across the face of goal, and Warren Feeney, second of the afternoon, to send those United fans home delighted. The final score at Tannadice, United 3, St Mirren 2. After the international break, and a fairly controversial international break, SPL action resumes as United take on Hibs at Tannadice. Warren Feeney, Paul Caddis, Morgaro Gomez, Lucas Olushka and David Goodwillie have all been away on international duty. Morgaro Gomez starts this afternoon, as does Lucas Olushka. The other three have to settle for a place on the bench. Two changes to the United lineup from the Celtic game a fortnight ago. Michal Kovacevic also dropping out, as well as Warren Feeney. Both of those on the bench. Sean Dillon and John Daly coming back in. For Hibs, Sol Bamba returns after missing the Aberdeen game through suspension after a red card against Hearts. His return means David Van Zanten drops to the bench. Mixu Patalainen makes one other change, with Lewis Stevenson having recovered from an ankle injury. He replaces Ian Murray at left back. Up front, Stephen Fletcher resumes club duty, having scored Scotland's winner against Iceland in midweek. The referee for the game this afternoon, Eddie Smith. Lee Wilkie finds Sean Dillon back in the starting lineup. Going to break the way of Derek Riordan, but John Daly is badly hurt after that challenge. Eddie Smith stopping the game immediately. And worrying signs here, Joe.
Yeah, indeed. It's, the minute that challenge went in there, the referee, the United players and the Hibs players fully aware that John Daly's in a lot of pain.
And we all hope that that's not going to be as bad as it could be, and that John Daly will be back on his feet again soon.
Yeah, we know the problems John Daly's had in the past. Let's hope that's nothing to do with that. And as you say, let's hope it's not a serious injury. Hopefully just jarred it or something, but the immediate reaction of the players here suggests it doesn't look good.
And Warren Feeney comes on. Goal against Poland last weekend.
I think, Scott, the situation with Warren Feeney, it must show players that come into Dundee United even on loan, what it does for your career, because there's no doubt that Warren Feeney played the last couple of days was a far better player.
Colin Nish with a snapshot, and it's found in the top corner. What an opener for Hibs. It's Colin Nish. He's not scored since December. Took a touch, tried his luck from distance, and Zalushka couldn't get near it as it nestles in the top corner. What a start for Hibs. 6 minutes gone. United 0, Hibs 1.
Yeah, Nish has just collected that ball 30 yards or so out, 25, 30 yards, and he's just had a pop there, and it's fizzed right into the top left-hand corner. Lucas Zalushka not able to get near it.
Warren Feeney's just come on. It was nicked away from him, I think, by John Rankin. Nish turned, saw the shooting chance, and executed it perfectly.
The one thing that early goal for Hibs does do is put a little bit of additional pressure on the United defence in situations like that. I think at 0-0, Lucas would have probably took it touch here, looked to see what his options were, but there was no chance he was going to risk an error to gift a second goal at that point.
Bamba with a long throw. Nish flicks on. And it came off Wilkie. There's maybe a chance here for Nish for a second. Disaster for United defensively. Prince Boabin tried to play it back to his keeper. Hit his own player and presented it on a plate for Colin Nish. A dream start for the former Killie striker. 10 minutes gone and Hibs are 2-0 up.
There's not much you could say about that one. You know, there's no danger at any point there. It's just a hopeful header back in. You know, it's the reactions there. It's Nish is early, quick to react, and you know, the easy task of just putting it in the net.
Wilkie was unchallenged from the first header. Prince Boabin knew there was space to get it back to Zalushka, but he didn't bank on. Was not having a clear path there. Now Hibs will look to break again. Stevenson trying to find Rocha. Wilkie got a touch and it's held up for the Hungarian. Gets to the byline. There's Nish again. Almost a hat-trick within 15.5 minutes for Colin Nish.
Well, there really is not much we could say at this point in time. You know, once again it's a through ball. Lee Wilkie's attempted to clear it. If anything, you know, it's unfortunately it's aided the Hibs player. You know, it's good play, but he's just put that across there and it's landed perfect for Nish. You know, thankfully that one's went right out to Zalushka and he's been able to knock it over the bar.
Actually, Patalainen, I'm sure, was anticipating a tough task in a tight game here. I doubt in his wildest dreams he'd have thought he'd seen his side 2 ahead after 10 minutes. Fletcher, cross towards Nish, and it could have been 3. United all over the place defensively. Colin Nish, time and time again, winning the ball. And that time he really should have done better.
Scott, I was watching as the ball was played down the left-hand side there. Gary Kenneth in the middle, you know, not really marking anyone. Paul Dixon was on the wrong side of Colin Nish. You know, and I was saying to myself, that ball comes in, he's got a clear header. The ball comes in, you know, and it's unbelievable what we're witnessing at the moment, to be honest.
Dillon now finds Wisłowski. Return ball for the Australian, who went over the challenge from Rob Jones and is going to get booked for what Eddie Smith deemed to be simulation.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that one again because, you know, I don't think there's any chance of a penalty, but you know, whether Wesolowski is deliberately threw cell over, yeah, I think he has there. You know, I think the leg there kicking, there's no need to do that. I'll have to say, the challenge from Rob Jones is shocking.
Picked up now by Sean Dillon. Good delivery from him. Shamatowski got something on it. And the physical strength of the imposing figure of Rob Jones comes out on top in the battle with Feeney. Kenneth's overrun that one, picked up by Riordan. 2 against 2 for Hibs. Nish with the ball, Fletcher in the middle. Stephen Fletcher should have made it 3-0.
I'm almost struggling to speak about what I'm seeing at the moment. You know, Hibs have been decent today, but it's all coming from individual mistakes at the moment, and there's no doubt that should have been a goal. Stephen Fletcher goes with that with his left foot. No, man, it's just a case of putting his right foot on that and stroking into the net.
Gomez finds Paul Dixon. Ball swung in, Jones didn't deal with it. Gets some assistance from Hogg. Gomez again manages to get the foot in, gets it wide to Conway. Cross comes in, Feeney, that's a penalty.
Penalty kick.
Hogg with arms all over Warren Feeney. And United may have an opportunity to get themselves back into this.
You know, I think Eddie Smith has got history of giving Dundee United penalties at Tannadice against Hibs. And I'm quite sure he's given us 2 in recent seasons against them here. You know, you can make that 3 now, and let's hope that the end result is the same.
Hogg with both hands on both shoulders of Feeney.
Yeah, it's a crazy challenge from Chris Hogg there.
And Craig Conway is the man who's going to step up and take the penalty. Against former teammate Gregor Shamatulski. United could be well beyond 2 behind, but they remain 2 behind. Shamatulski saves from Craig Conway. And again, And if it can go wrong, so far this afternoon it is going wrong for United.
Well, I was never confident that going in, such has been the way the games went. You know, Craig's hit a decent penalty there. You could argue a good height for the keeper, but it's a great save from Shamatulski.
Corner comes in. Shamatulski with a punch. Boabin! And it's all about that man there just now, Gregor Shamatulski. And a spring to his right to deny Conway. Decent height for the keeper to save on the dive, but was headed towards the corner. Heading towards the final minute of the regulation time in the first half. I'm sure there will be a couple of minutes added to the 45, courtesy of the early injury to John Daly. Dixon swings the corner in towards Kenneth. There was two arms in the back of Gary Kenneth. Again, it was Hogg who's taking liberties with use of the hands.
That's more a penalty kick than the penalty kick we got. There was no even any airs and graces there. Graham Hogg has just pushed Gary Kenneth almost over with two hands in the back.
I think the only thing that prevented Gary Kenneth from going to ground was the fact that he was pushed into another Hibs player. Gary Kenneth's long throw. Wilkie looking to use his strength to hold it up. Sandaza with the shot blocked. Conway. Wilkie still up there.
Oh, it would have been an amazing finish for the big fella if he'd managed to put that one in. It's a great ball in from Craig Conway. You know, good composed play. Margaro Gomez and Conway clearly onside. You know, it's a lovely ball in. It's a great effort, and just so unfortunate that there wasn't a bit more spin on the ball as it came off his boot. Would take it into the far corner.
Paul Dixon making up ground down the left touchline. Throw in finds Gomez. Here's Wesolowski. Boabin. Shooting chance maybe, but he's been put under pressure by John Rankin. Couldn't get a free shot at goal. And there the presence of the Hibs midfielder alongside him. And that just led him to skew it high over the bar. Here's Fletcher. Wide for Riordan. Gets the ball into the box. There's Nish. Will it drop for him again? May drop for Fletcher. Both Hibs strikers getting the ball to their feet unexpectedly in the box. Shamatulski prevents the corner. At the other end, Stephen Fletcher stayed down. Knocked to the ankle maybe, as he got the shot away.
I think it's the blocking challenge of Lee Wilkie. You know, it goes in there and Fletcher's forward momentum.
Well, Stephen Fletcher did the business for George Burley in midweek. Burley here this afternoon. As Dixon puts the cross in, just too high for Wilkie. Kenneth gets his head to it though! And Gary Kenneth gets United back into it.
Once again, it's one of the quick set pieces from United, this time a throw in. Craig Conway, Paul Dixon involved on the left hand side. You'll see it, the ball into Conway, he gives it back to Dixon. It's another wonderful delivery from Paul Dixon. And it's a very nice finish from Gary Kenneth.
Wasn't distracted by Wilkie's attempt in front of him. Wilkie leaping, could easily have been distracted by that. But Kenneth watching the ball, guides his header across Shamatulski into the net to reduce the arrears to 1.
And for a team that went 4 games, 4 clean sheets.
And Gregor Shamatulski 418 minutes it took for him to concede. And he has to push that one round the post from Prince Boabin.
Yeah, the keepers had to deal with that. Prince collected that ball about 40 yards out. He ran for about 10 yards and struck one low into the bottom right hand corner. Quick corner from United.
And Colin Nish blocked that with a head. Swanson. Straight at Shamatulski in the end, but United continuing to put the pressure on the Hibs goal. Dixon. Set up one goal. Can he set up another? He almost did. Sandaza from right in front of goal.
That's wonderful play from Paul Dixon. You know, once again, it's in the relationship with Conway. Superb ball in. Warren Feeney probably offside, I have to say. And Sandaza from 3 yards out. But the amount of free kicks that Hibs are giving away 30 yards out, it's bordering on the ridiculous here.
Eddie Smith's patience is worn a little bit too thin.
Yeah, I would imagine that for most away teams coming here, one of the things that managers drill into their head is do not give them opportunities to hit free kicks in from 30 yards out. You know, and that's 6 in the last 5 minutes or so. Unbelievable.
Bamba gets a final warning before a caution next time, I'm sure. Conway plays the free kick in and Kenneth couldn't quite get enough contact. And being flicked on at the near post.
Yeah, it's a wonderful ball again. It's Lee Wilkie who gets up at the front post, flicks it on. You know, probably if anything, it just takes it up a bit far away from Gary Kenneth.
This time Conway can get the cross in. It's cleared by Chris Hogg. Now Gomez. Dixon down the line for Conway. Sandaza's at the near post and Shamatulski has to palm it over the bar. The pressure grows. Can Hibs hold on? Or can United find that equalising goal? Conway let it run. Sandaza. Fran Sandaza into the area. Narrow angle. Stowe went for goal. And Shamatulski had to get down to the near post. David Goodwillie was looking for the layoff in a more central area. Sandaza saw sight of goal. 10 goals for the season.
That was wonderful play by Craig Conway. You know, dummy the ball to let Sandaza get in there and yet another chance for a corner from United.
Corner which Conway takes. Wilkie, it bounces up and it's off the line. Shamatulski with a flailing hand to stop that going in. Chaos in the 6-yard box. Hibs hanging on. United looking for the equaliser. Here's Swanson. Van Zanten keeping some composure and finding O'Brien. Dixon. Conway again. Support coming from Sean Dillon. Cleared by Jones. Dixon. Hogg's header picked up now by Rocha. Gomez gets it back from Swanson. Here's Craig Conway once more. Cross into Sandaza. Parried by Shamatulski.
You know, it was a difficult header for Sandaza. It was behind him. He's managed to hit the target. Shamatulski didn't look the greatest of saves, I had to say. You know, when the ball's broke, there's no one there.
Sandaza coming close to levelling the score. Near post header, just flicked goalwards. Shamatulski should really have held that, you would think, but just parried it out, and unfortunately for United, Lee Wilkie had gone the other side. Sandaza managed to get the ball out in front of him. Murray stopped it coming through to Boabin where he wanted it, but the Ghanaian still able to get there. And Murray prods it down the line. Dillon finds Swanson. Goodwillie. Swanson into the area. Breaks for Goodwillie. Back came Ian Murray with a challenge. Fletcher beaten to that one by Goodwillie. And Stephen Fletcher will pick up a yellow card.
Seen Stephen Fletcher earlier in the game choosing not to use his right foot when going in at the back post with a golden chance. You know, on that occasion there he goes into a challenge and chooses to use it, and perhaps shows us why he doesn't use it.
Paul Dixon with a free kick. It's in towards Kenneth again. Goodwillie. Rankin heads clear. And O'Brien just gives possession away again. Dixon. Wilkie, presence of mind to lay it off for Conway. It'll be United's corner. 5 minutes of additional time. We're into the second of them. The corner comes in. Wilkie was challenging. Shamatulski threw a hand at it and made a connection on it as well.
I could only assume that Eddie Smith doesn't have anything planned for early afternoon today. That'll be 9 minutes of stoppage time in the game. Certainly a rarity nowadays.
Dixon with the corner from the other side this time. Comes through to Sandaza. Scramble in the goal mouth. Goodwillie! David Goodwillie! Slam on the scoreline!
Get in there! Come on!
What a crucial goal that might be! The United players pile on top of David Goodwillie.
Oh, Scott, what could you say about that? That ball's just, it's stuck in that 6-yard area. It was like a rugby scrum. There's about 12 bodies in there. You know, I'm sure there was hands from both teams diving on that, bodies landing on it. And eventually it's Goodwillie, it just pokes it in the corner of the net.
Well, for Sandaza and Wilkie had a part to play. Goodwillie just slid in. He may have taken a touch off Van Zanten on the way as well, but David Goodwillie won't care. Only a second league goal for United. It'll be United's throw. A final chance maybe for Paul Dixon to launch one into the box. Wilkie and Kenneth both up there. Throw short to Gomez, who can chip it in. Rob Jones commanding defensively that time. Swanson just trying to get a little bit of space. Comes back to Swanson. There's Gomez. Dixon making an angle. Chance to get the ball in. Dixon. Wilkie's header!
Lee Wilkie has been up front for the last 10-15 minutes. You know, he would have been praying for a chance like that. It's another wonderful ball from Dixon. You know, and Wilkie 7 yards out, and he's just guided that half a yard past.
Well, it may not be confirmation of a top 6 position at the end of this game. But it's been quite a turnaround from United in the second half. Outclassed for large parts of the first. It was a really ragged opening spell for United in this game. But they've been saved, and a point's been saved by David Goodwillie in stoppage time. That came after Gary Kenneth had reduced the deficit 8 minutes into the second half. Colin Nish with a double inside the opening 10 minutes had sent Hibs 2-0 up. They could have been 5-0 up at half time. Nish had 2 other chances. Fletcher had one as well. Nish's first goal, expertly taken, long range effort into the top corner. That was after 6 minutes. 4 minutes later, it was on a plate for him to double the scoreline for Hibs. Craig Conway had a chance from the spot to reduce the deficit. Shamatulski saved. And then in the second half, Gary Kenneth's header found the bottom corner. That made it 2-1, and then in stoppage time, an almighty scramble in the goal mouth. Eventually, Goodwillie poked it into the bottom corner. Now 2 defeats in the last 16 home games for United. A point closer to a top 6 finish. And they stay 4 points clear of Hibs. The final score at Tannadice: Dundee United 2, Hibs 2. United travel to Easter Road for the first game post-split in the SPL. The hunt for Europa League places is on. Mixu Patalainen makes 4 changes to the Hibs side. There's a trio of suspensions for Hibs: Rob Jones, Sol Bamba and Colin Nish, all starting 2-game bans. Ian Murray, Stephen Tico and Jonathan Johansson come in for them. The other change comes in goal, with Gregor Shamatulski eventually giving in to a leg injury he's been carrying for a few weeks. Yves Makalambi comes back in for him. United make 5 changes to the side that drew 0-0 against Killie before the split. Lee Wilkie and Paul Dixon both start suspensions. Wilkie out for 2 games, Dixon out for 1. Darren Dawes and Danny Granger come in for them. Fran Sandaz is carrying a hamstring injury, so Andis Shala comes in up front. Mogara Gomez makes way for David Robertson, and Craig Conway picked up an injury in training on Thursday. Danny Swanson comes in for him, with Conway on the bench. Referee this afternoon, Steve O'Reilly. Rocha. Riordan trying to get that under control. He gets it back from Stevenson. Rocha on the burst. Disappointing shot, having got himself into a good position, Dinesh Rocha.
Yeah, Riordan's taking that into his feet. You know, as he's broke away, he's looked, and you know, Rocha's making a great run there into a large gap down the centre of the United defence. You know, and probably more composure, maybe one more touch. You know, we could have been looking at certainly at least a shot on target.
Again, it's Swanson with the set piece, and it's off the bar from Dodds this time. The follow-up goes in and it's off the line. Lewis Stevenson coming to Hibs' rescue.
It's another wonderful corner in from Danny Swanson. And yet again, it's Darren Dodds that's in there. It's a great header that comes crashing back off the bar. You know, and Danny Granger gets another good header in, and I suppose that's what managers ask the players to do, to keep a man on each post. You know, on that occasion it's stopped Hibs going a goal behind.
Fletcher latch onto this one. It's a narrow angle. The ball goes across, and Zalushka with a touch to deny Jonathan Johansson. Hibs' first real foray forward.
Yeah, the ball over the top. You know, just a simple 30-40 yard pass. Fletcher's onto it and fires it across the 6-yard line. And Jonathan Johansson, I think it is, who comes in. Fairly decent contact on it. You know, and Zaluska with a decent save.
Shala up well to win it. David Robertson now found Weslowski. Feeney. He's aware that David Robertson was on the move. Murray coming forward. As that progressed, James Weslowski went to ground, just clutching the back of his right leg. Looks like it may be a pulled hamstring. Signal to the bench that that's maybe his afternoon over. Morgaro Gomez straight away is out to warm up. Swanson took it on the chest, now gets it to feet and running. Chance to put more pressure on Van Zanten. Gomez inside to Boabin. Again, a little niggle after the ball had gone. One time it was Ian Murray on Boabin. There was one just earlier in the move. Van Zanten just caught Swanson after he played the pass as well.
Yeah, you've seen it, I've seen it, and indeed the referee's seen it. You know, and I've got to suggest now that Van Zanten's next foul will see a yellow card produced. I'll be amazed if it doesn't.
Blaven, Granger and Swanson standing over the free kick. Granger who clips it to the back post. Here's Kenneth. Prince Blaven. Block came in from Rankin. Good initiative shown from the Hibs midfielder. Aware that Blaven was standing in some space when he received the ball.
Also great awareness by Gary Kenneth. You know, when we go on about big centre halves, ball's dropped at his feet there, and rather than just trying to swing it back in, he's taken a touch and he's been able to play a great pass in between two Hibs players.
Corner comes through to Granger. Hooked back across. Dodds. And there's
Yes!
to open the scoring for United. Corners have caused problems all game so far for Hibs. And United make it count eventually. 27 minutes on the clock. Warren Feeney scores his 6th of the season. It's Hibs 0, United 1.
Yeah, it looks as if it was a pre-arranged corner. You know, it's played deep to the far edge of the area where Danny Granger thinks about having a shot. He's probably getting blocked down, so he just takes it down, guides it back across goal. Darren Dodds with a strong header from 6 or 7 yards out. Drops to Warren Feeney 1 yard out, and he's just simply dispatched that.
Prince Blaven. Back to Gomez. Looking for Caddis on the angle. Stevenson came in and went down almost anticipating a challenge. No free kick though. And Gomez clips that into the area. Shala goes up to challenge. Here's Riordan. Cut out by Gary Kenneth. David Robertson now. Caddis still providing width on the right here. Measured ball across. Comes through to Swanson. Still Danny Swanson can't pick out a teammate in the middle. And get another chance to cross now though. Caddis is still forward and challenges at the back post.
You know, Hibs are all over the place at the moment, aren't they? Danny Swanson, probably a chance to shoot first time there. There's great play from Caddis again on the right, breaking into the area. Plays it across. Ball I think deflects off maybe Anders Shala. Chance to shoot, but you know, once he took it past the defender, it looked like the right option. Just unfortunately, and our defenders blocked the chance.
It's definitely on the basis of what we've seen so far. It's Hibs who are missing the men who are out suspended more than United. Here's Rocha. Poor ball. Picks out only David Robertson. United can move forward again. Swanson. Tricky little run from Danny Swanson. Come back to him. Space here for Caddis. Swanson again. Tries to dink it over Makalambi. Just too much on it. And the Hibs fans are turning against their team.
It's once again, it's another fabulous run from Danny Swanson. You know, when he receives the ball in midfield and he waits on John Rankin to come to him purely just so he could beat him with ease. You know, he goes past him, goes past another. Rankin despairing challenge. You know, and I have to say the only thing he's done wrong there is when he's got the ball back from Caddis. He's had all the time in the world to take the ball down and drive it, and he's probably tried to be too cute.
Danny Granger shaping up for the long throw. Dodds is forward, that one's won by Hogg. Feeney gets it wide to Granger again, now inside for Swanson. Gets that into the area, Makalambi came and good catch from the Belgian. Tries to get Hibs moving forward quickly. Johansson back to Stevenson. Rankin finds Johansson. It's across the back post. And the goal stands. Stephen Fletcher turns it in at the back post. There was a look across to the assistant on the far side to see whether Fletcher was offside, but the assistant was quick to signal to the halfway line. And having been second best for a lot of the second half, Hibs find themselves level. Stephen Fletcher's 11th of the season.
You know, it's all came from Jonathan Johansson on the right, Hibs left hand side. He's got inside. He's got around the back of Paul Kaddish, who's probably been caught a bit unaware. And Johansson's got in there and he's waited and he's picked the ball perfectly for Stephen Fletcher. He's not going to miss from a yard out.
Well, it's the first time in 3 games that United have conceded. It won't be 3 successive clean sheets. Shala, Robertson, Swanson trying to clip it in for Feeney. Here's Boabin. It's deflected, and not far wide a goal. Chris Hogg very close to unwittingly putting himself on his side behind again.
Yeah, Prince Boabin, the minute he's lobbed that ball over the Hibs midfielder's head, he's only got one thought, and he catches the ball really well, but it's probably going 5 yards past the keeper's right hand post. Chris Hogg gets a foot on it and it looked destined for the net, to be honest with you, after it left his foot.
Riordan. Gary Kenneth can measure his clearance this time. And measure it he does. Into the path of Warren Feeney. Swanson providing support. Trying to bend it into the far corner.
It's a wonderful clearance by Gary Kenneth there. Fully 60 yards, right on Warren Feeney's toe. Warren takes ball under control, gives it back Danny Swanson, and with a great angle right behind Danny there to see it. I don't think it was ever going to curl enough to go in, but a statement of intent from United as early as the first minute.
Feeney gets that on to Shala. Swanson got a touch and it's picked up by Gomez. Goes round the other side of Hogg. Can he find a cross to pick out a teammate? He's going to get another chance. Gomez tucks it back to Granger. Once again for Gomez. And eventually Van Zanten across to get it behind for the corner. Hibs again stretched at the back.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, It's good play from United to get the ball up there, but even when Margaro Gomez and Danny Granger are playing the ball between each other, there's only one Hibs defender within 20 yards of that ball. Incredible defending.
Hogg with a free kick. It's away by Granger. Here is Van Zanten, former St Mirren man, who's been in and out the side in the last few months. Sol Bamba taking that right back berth a lot of the time. And Swanson this time turns away from Rankin, trying to play it in behind for Anders Shala, who is making the diagonal run.
Yeah, sometimes I just feel if we had another player in the team that had the same mind as Danny Swanson, some of the stuff we'll be watching is fantastic.
Granger's throw, Feeney holding it up. It's back here to Swanson. Played in, David Robertson at the near post. Trying to get it under control, allowed Tico to get in. Now Granger. Swanson again. Prince Boabin now. Shot took a touch off Feeney. And the offside flag up. Well, whether Boabin's shot was well enough directed to cause problems for Makalambi, we'll wait and see from the replay, but I'm not sure if Feeney intended to get something on it or whether he was trying to step over it. So it's one 20-year-old for another. And Shala makes way for David Goodwillie, who scored 2 SPL goals for United. Gomez. Got a good shout from Danny Granger, who played the pass that he had time to turn. And the pass only just evading Derek Riordan. Rankin almost getting in a mix-up with Van Zanten. Here's Gomez. Swanson linking up with Goodwillie, who's tripped by Stephen Tico right on the edge of the area.
It's good play once again from United. There's no doubt it's outside the area of the challenge. Goodwillie, it's a great turn, and Tico probably fortunate not to be seen a card for that. But we're going to have a free kick here.
Hibs with a 4-man wall. Swanson and Granger standing over it. It's Swanson to strike. In the end, it's always going wide of that far post.
Yeah, I think in these situations, the one thing you're asking is that he hits the target.
O'Brien, who's another one who's quite erratic with his performances. He's received quite a lot of criticism from the Hibs fans for displays of late. He's left out of the starting lineup against Rangers and right on cue. Ball bounces over his foot and out for United's throw.
Yeah, John Rankin goes through 2, I think 3 maybe United challenges.
Goodwillie, here's Feeney, helps it on, David Robertson. Forced a little bit wide, but the cross comes in and Murray helps that out the area. Here's Gomez. Swanson. Deep cross to David Robertson, but Stevenson's in front of him. Will be a corner for United though.
Great build-up play again from United, and when the ball gets to Warren Feeney on the edge of the area, he's probably got space in himself to turn, but definitely the case that David Robertson's there, and maybe a better ball towards David Robertson. We'd have seen him being able to hit it first time. Once he lobs the ball back in, chance is gone, but we've managed to get a corner from it.
Danny Swanson in front, the United fans to take the corner. Headed out by Fletcher. Here's Gomez. Measured ball back wide again for Swanson. Links up with Goodwillie again. It's back in Buabin. It didn't get a clean strike. Kenneth. It's great save from Makalambi. Goodwillie got as slight as the touches onto the cross from Kenneth. It was net bound, and out of nowhere Makalambi threw himself to his left.
Scott, there's been one man on this park today that's been head and shoulders above anybody else. It's Danny Swanson, and once again it's another chance from us that's came from Danny Swanson. Another act of genius, this time on the right hand side. He's put a great ball into the middle and no one's there to collect it. And it drops to Gary Kenneth, and Gary's had a great shot. He's measured it, and as you say, Goodwillie gets a slight nick on it, and that's maybe just enough to, because if anything it put it back towards Makalambi. And it's another chance gone a begging.
United going to make their final change, and Danny Swanson, who's done so much this afternoon, signs that he was beginning to tire anyway, and then took a little bit of a knock in the challenge with Ian Murray a moment ago. He's going to make way for Craig Conway to come on. With 12.5 minutes remaining. Cadiz goes all the way back to Zalushka, who's been closed down by Riordan. Keeper gets it safely away. Here's Conway. Granger's up there with him. Chris Hogg with the clearance. Gomez. Here's Craig Conway. Chance to shoot. Parried away. And the rebound's gathered by the Belgian keeper as well. Feeney couldn't get enough contact.
It's it. Craig Conway gets that ball 25 yards out, he turns and the goal's right there in front of him, and he's got a great contact, probably straight down Makalambi's throat, but he's palmed it out, and Feeney's done the right thing, he's made sure he's got on target, but it was never going to beat the keeper with the pace he had on it, offside.
Mixed through past the line and has changed things round and gone for pace down both flanks. O'Brien switched to the left. Johansson's now playing down the right, with Riordan having gone into the middle alongside Fletcher. In the meantime, United on the break. Conway back to his feet again after the challenge by Van Zanten. Then he's cleaned out by Chris Hogg, and it's a straight red.
Scott, I have to say, when that challenge went in there, my initial reaction was that was certainly easily a yellow, maybe even worse. The way he's went in there, the velocity of the challenge, endangering the safety of the player, I have not got a problem with the referee's decision there.
Oh, Van Zanten slid in. I think Conway accidentally collided with Van Zanten's face as he went to ground. Conway was back to his feet. Hogg charged in, as you say, Joe, at some velocity. And Johansson plays in the cross. Fletcher. Here's Rankin. He goes goalwards and gathered by Zalushka. And straight away gets David Goodwillie on the move. It's up against Ian Murray. Chance for David Goodwillie!
Yes! Get in there! Come on! Yes! Yes!
Once again! Yes!
David Goodwillie! 3 SPL goals for United. All 3 of them against Hibs. And the 3 points are surely in United's hands now. Into the final minute of regulation time. And United now know, if they keep their concentration, keep their focus, the 3 points are theirs.
You know, it's fantastic play from Goodwillie, you have to say. A great ball up the left-hand channel for him to chase. You know, Ian Murray's probably the Hibs defence very stretched at the time. He's just went inside him, and there's that gap there at the keeper's right-hand corner, and he's just stroked the ball in there, superb.
Conway continues his run. Caddis back to Morgado Gomez. Feeney. That'll be United's throw-in. Well, he was hero at Tannadice less than a month ago for scoring a late equaliser to give United what could be a vital point come the end of the season. But he's earned what could be an extremely vital 2 points this afternoon. David Goodwillie is the man who secured a victory for United. He's lifted high by Danny Swanson. Amazing story of David Goodwillie. 3 league goals, all 3 have come against Hibs. And a game that was finally poised at 1 each for so long after first half goals from Warren Feeney and Stephen Fletcher. McAlamby denied Goodwillie midway through the second half with a fingertip save. But Goodwillie got the last laugh in the final minute. Sent through 1-on-1 minutes after Hibs had been reduced to 10 men. Chris Hogg receiving a straight red card for a challenge on Craig Conway. Goodwillie with the winner through 1-on-1, making no mistake. And the final score at Easter Road. What could be a vital win for United. Hibs 1, United 2. Conway puts the corner in. Goodwillie couldn't get the touch, and
It's in! Get in there! Damn Dodds getting it! Come on!
United level. Thomas Cherney tries to hang on to the ball to waste time. It's all going to kick off once more. Daly. Again with bodies in the middle. Gets the cross in. Daly's header!
What a goal.
Terrific goal for United. John Daly, so strong in the air.
Get that ball into the area on John Daly's head and he'll deliver. That's a fantastic cross from Willow Flood and a fantastic header from John Daly. Come on, United. That's a
Lures
penalty
the
kick,
challenge in.
without a doubt.
Clear penalty. Daly against Howard. And Daly tucks it into the corner.
Never a doubt, Scott. What a finisher he is. Great stuff.
Swanson. Played in, Daly gets his head to it.
Superb, absolutely brilliant, Scott. What a ball from Danny Swanson, and John Daly will put him home all day.
He's making a habit of those, John Daly. Back with Scott Robertson. Into the area. Daly looking to nod it down. Comes back to Conway.
Pick it out, pick it out. Superb.
Right, Conway scores for United. That drops down, it's headed in.
Superb, happy days.
David Robertson claims his first of the season. Gets it back from Conway. Wilkie and Kenneth have stayed forward. Dixon can get the ball in towards Wilkie.
Yes!
The equaliser.
Superb! Pick it out!
Lee Wilkie brings United level. Terrific build-up, quick free kick taken. The two big central defenders stayed forward, and Paul Dixon on the overlap picked up from Conway, and the cross expertly finished by Lee Wilkie.
Scott, let's just look at that again. I mean, the build-up there, Paul Dixon's cross. They're running down the left-hand side, Paul Dixon, the cross is absolutely superb. I mean, he's just powered it past that chair, and he just blew him out the way. Look at that, lovely ball in. Lee Wilkie, how about that for a finish? Superb.
Dixon gets the ball in towards Feeney.
Get in there! Yes!
United in front. Warren Feeney gets his second for the club.
Once again, the ball played back to Paul Dixon. Fantastic delivery, and what a finish from Warren Feeney.
2 goals in the space of 4 minutes. The United have flown out the traps in the second half. Dixon plays in Feeney. Early ball in. Bar was slipping. It comes back to Robertson.
That's the superb finish. Great stuff.
Unbelievably good technique from Scott Robertson.
Paul Dixon, it's brilliant! A sensational free kick from Dixon! And the deficit is halved straight away! Launched long by Dixon. Daly tries to flick it on for Feeney! He has! It's 2-2! Dundee United come from 2-0 down! Get back to 2-2! Celtic have blown a 2-0 lead!
And Warren Feeney will step up to take the penalty. This to get United back on level terms. Feeney scores!
One out, never in doubt. You know, the referee has to watch what he's doing here. There's been a flurry of cards in the last few minutes. You know, before he knows it, he's going to lose control of this match.
Boabin, layoff finds David Robertson, back to Prince Boabin, who shoots for goal. Howard struggled, and it's not in!
Get in there!
Prince Boabin equalises for United. Mark Howard has to take some responsibility there, but United don't care. The ball half stopped by the goalkeeper, but looped into the back of the net.
Oh, how long did that ball take to drop into the net?
Lavin clears, David Robertson finds Swanson. Powerful run from Danny Swanson. Playoff finds Sandaza, who switches it across.
Yeah!
What a beauty! United turn around!
Come on, superb!
What a turnaround in the space of a couple of minutes!
Oh, that was superb there. That's all about, right from defence here. David Robertson taking a hard ball down on his chest, giving it to Danny Swanson, who just bombs right down the park. A great ball, Sandaza, the ball across in one thing. He's got no right to get on the end of that, but he does, and it's 3-2.
And Charlotte's first taste of SPL action. Gomez, it's in there, Wilkie's in there! United equalise!
Scott, his first touches goal, and Charlotte's first touch here is simply sensational.
Franz Sandaza with a penalty. High into the net, United go one up.
Ever any doubt, get in there. I have to say, that's how you hit a penalty kick, look at that.
And it's up against Mulgrew again. Trying to test out the Aberdeen fullback. Back to Sandaza. Now David Robertson!
Yes!
What a strike from David Robertson!
Score for Dundee United, number 15, Craig Conway.
Managed to take it from the left. Wilkie in front of Smith. It's a scramble in there. It goes in from Franz Sandaza. United back on level terms in 6 minutes into the second half. An almighty go-out scramble.
Paul Dixon could put a quality ball in here. We've got plenty of height in there, and we've got Franz Sandaza and Warren Feeney also to.
It's Sandaza! Franz Sandaza does it again! Scored minutes into the second half from a corner last weekend, and once again Franz Sandaza brings United level. Free kick taken quickly. Dixon with the right foot cross. Sandaza! 2-1!
Get in there!
Franz Sandaza's double! Quick thinking from United to take the free kick short. Paul Dixon rather. The right foot's not his strongest, but he pulled it back, and Franz Sandaza with a terrific finish. Dixon puts the cross in, just too high for Wilkie. Kenneth gets his head to it though! And Gary Kenneth gets United back into it. Dixon with the corner from the other side this time.
Comes through to Sandaza, scramble in the goal mouth. Goodwillie! David Goodwillie, seven the scoreline!
Come on!
What a crucial goal that might be! The United players pile on top of David Goodwillie.
Oh, Scott, what could you say about that? That ball's just, it's stuck in that 6-yard area. It was like a rugby scrum. There's about 12 bodies in there. You know, I'm sure there was hands from both teams diving on that, bodies landing on it. So, and eventually it's Goodwillie, it just pokes it in the corner of the net.
Well, for Sandaza and Wilkie had a part to play. Goodwillie just slid in and may have taken a touch off Van Zanten on the way as well, but David Goodwillie won't care. Only a second league goal for United. Corner comes through to Granger, hooked back across, Dodds, and there's Monagini to open the scoring for United. Corners have caused problems all game so far for Hibs.
Yeah, it looks as if it was a pre-arranged corner. You know, it's played deep to the far edge of the area where Danny Granger thinks about having a shot. He's probably getting blocked down, so he just takes it down, guides it back across goal. Darren Dodds with a strong header from 6 or 7 yards out. Drops to one, Feeney 1 yard out, and he's just simply dispatched that.
Here's Rankin. He goes goalwards and Gallon by Zalushka. And straight away gets David Goodwillie on the move. It's up against Ian Murray. Chance for David Goodwillie!
Yes! Get in there! Come on! Yes! Yes!
Once again! David Goodwillie! 3 SPL goals for United! All 3 of them against Hibs! And the 3 points are surely in United's hands now. Into the final minute of regulation time. And United now know if they keep their concentration, keep their focus, the 3 points are theirs.
You know, it's fantastic play from Goodwillie, you have to say. A great ball up the left-hand channel for him to chase. You know, Ian Murray's probably the Hibs defence very stretched at the time. He's just went inside him, and there's that gap there at the keeper's right-hand corner, and he's just stroked the ball in there. Super.
Lavin easily held off the challenger Miller. Now he's found David Robertson. Early ball in. Good.
Yes! Yes!
United level. David Goodwillie is getting a habit of finding the back of the net. What a habit to find at this time of the season.
You know, we're talking about David Goodwillie scoring that goal, but let's please mention the part that Prince Boabin plays. He receives that ball there, he just buffs Lee Miller out the way, and it's a lovely ball into the feet of David Robertson, whose superb cross is just rammed into the back of the net by Goodwillie.
A beautifully measured ball from the Ghanaian Prince Boabin. Great first time cross from Robertson, and an excellent run from Goodwillie. In front of the goalkeeper. Perfectly in between Langfield and Severn.
Sturrock. Bannon! Oh, that is one of the best goals I've seen all season. I mean, Bonner just didn't see it. 1-0. 10 minutes gone. Well, I think we'll have to slow that down to let you see how it happened again. Put right back to him. Now, he is obviously capable of this in so many games, and that really rattled in the post, shivering all the way.
The fullback there, Lena coming across, looking slightly. There's Stark with a shot. It's a great goal. Oh, a superb goal. Well, I've seen Derek Stark hit them from there before in domestic football, but that is a superb shot which the goalkeeper, and an excellent one, Foyra, had no chance with. Beautifully laid back there by Paul Sturrock. And watch this. I don't think Panenka could have done any better himself. Rattled in, and Foyra just that bit too late.
Can put into space for Milne. Miller is stranded for Aberdeen. Sturrock and Dodds waiting in the middle. Bannon coming late. And what a goal from Beattie! Stuart Beattie, 14 and a half minutes into the second half. It's 2-0 to United, and that one almost burst the net. Well, this was down to the extra man in attack. Cooper is off the field. Milne has all the space in the world to sprint forward to the byline, but just wait for this volley from Beattie. Taken with the left foot. Blistering shot to the roof of the net.
Outside of his foot. McDonald to Jordan. Here's Ferguson with a chance, and he's done it! Oh, amazing! That is a brilliant opportunist goal, if ever there was one. 2.5 minutes of injury time, and he saw the Hearts goalkeeper out of goal. This is a quite brilliant strike. He chipped him superbly. Yes, the United supporters will want to see that again. Look, he took that 1, 2, 3 seconds and the ball's in the back of the net.
No free kick. Loose ball though. Here's Holt. John Holt, a good run by Holt. He always does that very well. Here's Ferguson. There's a shot. Oh, brilliant goal. Oh, yes, Ferguson at his very best. Somebody once said to me about Ian Ferguson, he doesn't score ordinary goals, they're all smashes. Well, that one was certainly in that category, and coming at a time when Dundee was certainly beginning to dominate. And look at this. That is clinical finishing.
Just judged by both Arthalainen and Stevens. There goes Jackson, outpacing Butcher. Looks up for support. Back it goes to McKinley. 2-1 to Dundee United. The celebrations of the terraces and on the field. And that was a magnificent strike from Billy McKinley. Well, these United players, I'm sure, overjoyed. Darren Jackson playing a key role in this. Looking up, taking his time, judging the pass into the path of Billy McKinley, and that's as clean a strike as you can hope to see. Out before the match, or an illness doubt rather. Head flick on from French. There's Hamish French again, supported by McInally. It's a classic from Dundee United. A truly magnificent goal by the Scotland midfield player, and Aberdeen are stunned. Magnificent build-up here. It was Duncan Ferguson tangling there with Irvine. It broke there for French. He laid it into the path of McInally, and how he enjoyed that finish. Oh, what a marvellous opening goal coming in the 8th minute of the match. It really has set the game. game alive.
So can United find a response? Certainly there's been good linking between Brewster and Nixon since they come on. Here is Nixon again. Good play by Nixon. Oh, that is magnificent! That is magnificent play by Jaron Nixon. 76 minutes, the perfect response from Dundee United. Celtic 1, Dundee United 1.
An inspired substitution by Golak. He gets a little bit of run of the ball, almost does the same as what Andy Walker did, sidestep, and it is an absolutely first and world-class curl into the top corner. Great goal from Jaron Nixon.
On the far side is Bowman. Lots of United players forward here supporting this move. Looking for the killer fourth, I think. Bowman. There it is! That was magnificent! Absolutely outstanding, the goal from Dave Bowman. Now, they really don't come any better than this. And Dave Bowman, by no means a prolific goal scorer, it's his first of the season, you'd hardly believe that. Plays it forward near the wrist edge, the back heel into his path, and the thundering shot into the top corner. Brewster again coming short to take the pass from Johnson. It's good play, finding Coyle on the left. Then Beeman gets back to close him down. Coyle to Brewster! It's a great goal from Brewster! That was stunning! Well, it was his pass initially which opened up the defence to Owen Coyle. But what an incredible first-time shot this is! Here was Coyle coming inside, and the Falmouth defence, I'm sure, expecting a cross, but he played it short for Brewster. Now this is one of the best first-time shots you're ever likely to see. Craig Brewster, his left foot, no chance at all for Van de Kamp. Oh, this is a classic. It's better every time you see it. The ball played in short there and drilled beyond Van de Kamp.
Swigan, slanted all the way by Hughes. The defender doesn't know where the ball is at all. Oh, it's a great goal! Gary McSwigan! 86 minutes gone. Well, the United players and fans are simply delighted. What a fabulous finish that was. The former Rangers player finishes 10-man Celtic. John Hughes was all over the place. The striker pounced, and what a finish! High into the net. A quite sensational goal by Gary McSwigan. Zetterland! Oh, incredible stuff here! And just look at his face! Lars Zetterland! 2-0 to United. A fabulous shot. Jim Leighton can't believe it. Well, just look at this. From Lars Zetterland. A terrific strike. Right into the corner. United 2, Aberdeen 0.
Well, you dream of hitting a ball as sweet as what this is. This is sheer technique. Beautiful strike. Tim Lane, world-class goalkeeper, can do nothing about it again.